Today we are going to discuss about array. This is a new topic for us. So we'll be discussing arrays in detail. Just the introduction. Okay, the remaining topics, that is linear search and bubble sort, will be seen in different videos. So let us understand what do you mean by an array. So what is an array? Basically, we are going to understand in this particular chapter what is the array, its uses, array as a composite data type, finding the length of array, types of array, that is generally in our this year course we are having only single dimensional array. So declaration, initialization, accepting the data and accessing the elements. These two topics I will be creating different videos for each of them. So what is an array? Array is nothing but it's a collection of variables of the same time that is referenced by a common name. So advantages are easy to specify, free from run overhead, random access of elements, fast sequential access, and simple code. There are some disadvantages also. You need to know the size in advance and the careful design is required. And where the memory size is different, we cannot use an array. Let us take a live example for this. Now, normally when we want to take, we'll take a simple example just to understand what is the need of an array. We'll take a simple program over here. Okay, let us take a program where we want to accept five numbers. So when we want to accept five numbers, let's say I take a program over here, RTG. If I want to accept five variables or five numbers, the major concern is I have to take five variables, correct? But if I want to store 100 numbers, then I have to take 100 variables. This is the problem of this is a real life problem. So for that we make use generally of an array. So that is the real concept. I will change the program afterwards. First we'll take it first for uh, five numbers and then we'll convert the same program using an array. So let's say this is my program where I want to take five numbers. So basically what is the concept over here? I would simply say over here integer n1, comma n2, comma n3, comma n4, comma n5. Okay. So this is how we generally do it. If I want five numbers, I will take five variables. And now I want to give some values. I can simply say n1 is equal to 10. I'm just initializing for simplicity. Okay, and then simply when you want to display also, you can simply write system dot out dot println. You can simply write here n1 and you need to copy this five times. This is what is the concept. Normally, if we generally do it without an array, we would write it five times. So we'll write it like this: n2, n3, n4, and then here n5. Okay, so this is a normal way of writing a program where we don't make use of an array and I want to store five numbers. So now if I want to display it, I will be getting like this. So we are getting like this. Okay, if I want to access the input from the user, I can add a scanner class over here. I'll just change the same program so that it is clear why we are making use of an array. So if I want to use a scanner class or import the data from the user, I would say import Java. Okay, now I can make use of the scanner class. and then we can simply accept the data. So normally when I want to accept the data, I would write here n1 is equal to, and then whatever I would say sc dot next int. Okay, same thing I have to write for other values. And we may give a display over here, system dot out dot println, and we'll accept the element. Enter 5 numbers. Okay. So if I want to accept the input, the program will change accordingly. I will write the scanner class. So you need to observe how the program is changing. If I want to do initialization, how it was. If I want to accept the input from the user. Okay. So this is how you will get it. But what is the problem over here? The problem is you need to declare 5 variables. Then we need to accept 5 times. This same way you want to display it 5 times on the screen. So if it is 5 numbers, it is okay. But if it comes to 100 numbers, it will become very difficult. So now we will change the same program into an array. So how do I declare an array? If it's an integer array, let us understand the syntax first before we go into this. So this is the declaration. You have to write integer, whatever the array name, and then the square bracket. Square bracket signifies an array equal to, and you can initialize the value, or you can just give the declaration like this: integer a square bracket is equal to new of integer how many elements you want. So you can specify that. That is, if I want 10 elements, I will write 10 over here. Okay. So based on, you can create an integer array, a float array, a double array, whatever. The data type will change over here. That is it. Okay. So this is how you declare an array. And then when you want to accept when you want to accept the elements, how are we going to accept? There is a change in accepting also and displaying also. Normally we write only A. So instead of A, we will write square brackets and I. That is the array index. So the numbers are accessed with the help of array index. So let's say if this is an array of 5, 6 elements. So here this will be A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4, and A of 5. This is how we are going to reference. Let us understand with the help of a program. So here we'll change the same program. Here we will convert this into a array. So we can write here like this, equal to new of integer, and here we can mention the size, that is 5 elements. Okay, this is how we declare the array. Now this also we can change. So we can simply write here only once it is required. Instead of writing it 5 times, we can write here square bracket. Okay, and this we will change it to I, and this I we can keep a loop for this, because this index is going to start from 0 till 4. So we can write a for loop over here. We can take a variable over here, integer I. Okay, and here we can write I is equal to, you can just take a loop I is less than 5, because it should go up to 4. Sorry, here it should be I is less than 5 and I plus plus. Okay, so this is how you can, so you can see here, when I accept the elements over here, first it will be n of 0, then it will be n of 1, n of 2, n of 3, this way. So in display also, you don't have to write so many times, you can write it only once, the remaining 4 times you can remove it. So this, the code becomes very consistent, you can write the for loop again for this also. Okay, see, there is only one line, so there is no need of bracket. I will put the bracket just to make it clear, it comes inside the for loop. Okay. And here also you have to write I. So this will make the code much more easier to manage. Okay, this is what is the use of an array. So instead of writing 5 variables and writing so many times, We can just make the code conscious. Now the same program will work for an array, okay, of 5 elements. You can go on increasing the size. It will depend on the situation. If you want 10 elements, I'll show you after that. 5 numbers. So this is how 5 elements. Now the same program we can work for any number. Only thing, if I want to put 10 elements, I have to change it to 10 over here. This will become 10, and this will become 10, and this will become 10. That's it. So this becomes very easy for me to manage. This is what is the use of an array. So now I can enter 10 elements. So these are the 10 elements. I hope it is clear. So this is, let's come back to the slide. So this is what is an array. Now the next part is how do I take the length of the array. So we can just take one small program for that. It is just telling you the length of the already created. So if it is, it's having both. So you just have to write the length, whatever a dot length. So here, if I want to know the length, okay, of an array, so you simply have to write. If I want to know the length of the array, you can simply write one line in this system dot out dot length simply means the number of elements in the array. So you have to write the array name dot and length. Okay, so let us compile this. You will get the length also at the end. So now again, since I kept 10 elements, so you can see it down. Length of the array is 10. I hope it is clear. Okay, so these two topics we'll be covering in the next class. Thank you.